Hey, I'm Blake.
And I'm unprepared.
Yeah, sounds about right. We're back. It's another weekly movie stream. Dave.
What's up?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Slight headache,
Okay.
but good.
Working out. That's
Yeah.
good. That's depressing. I feel great. We watched a couple movies. We went in the adventure genre route.
We sure did.
We did.
It's great.
Mixed results.
Oh,
It was great.
off to a great start.
Yeah, we just literally got home from watching Dial of Destiny in the theater, so you're getting our very fresh takes.
Super fresh.
The hottest of takes out of the oven. It's going good.
It's great. Yes, it's our certified fresh takes.
Certified. There's no flatulence.
No.
So we're going to get into that very soon. But
Wait, I'm sorry. Indy farted in one of the movies?
I don't know. I haven't seen. When was the last time you saw any Indiana Jones movies? Probably for the
stream.
podcast.
Yeah, or for the podcast. Yeah, for the podcast proper.
I caught Last Crusade, which is my favorite Indiana Jones movie. I caught it on TV.
Oh, you did say that.
But Sean Connery, God bless him.
Yeah.
Rest in pieces. And rest in pizzas. So
There we go. we need more pizzas.
more pizzas. Thank
All
you.
the pizzas.
Good to see you. But no, I love that movie, and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was awful. Was fucking trash, and so I was looking forward to this one. It's directed by James Mangold, so we're gonna get into that. I'm very excited to talk about it. Both of these movies, one more so than the other.
Yeah, one of them.
Time will tell.
We'll see which one. We'll see which one we actually like.
Yeah.
So,
Have you seen anything though this week that wasn't previously scheduled programming?
no. Just some cold case files.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Fun.
that's about it. Yeah,
That's fine. That's reasonable.
It's great.
I saw pizzas. I gotta say, like you're gonna get our spoiler free thoughts on Dial.
mostly spoiler free.
But yeah, I don't want to spoil it yet. Our discussion. But
oh yeah,
I did watch Tetris.
Oh,
in 2022 with Taron Egerton as a
Oh,
star.
okay. Yeah, how's that?
I liked it. I don't think it was like a groundbreaking film, but I did think it was fun. It was very like Hollywoodized, you know, like very traditional kind of beats and stories. So you know what's gonna happen for sure. But I still had a pretty fun time with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
When is it about Tetris?
it is literally about Tetris.
Okay.
It's about how they acquired it's an interesting story that I didn't know. It's about how they acquired the rights from basically like the USSR, or from Russia rather, which was like notoriously, you know, it was behind the Iron Curtain back then in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff. So there's a lot of like weird stuff and politics involved and bad corporate deals. It was interesting. Definitely, you know, based on a true story.
Sure.
You know, heavy air quotes, I assume, because this shit is it's a very Hollywood version.
Do they turn into Tetris blocks in the middle of it?
Yeah, actually, that's the second act turn.
That's what I was gonna
The
say.
entire third act is 8. We just get to watch. There's no resolution. We just get to watch someone play Tetris.
Yeah.
Taron Egerton.
And then we turn
at home in his sweatpants
Does it turn out that the whole time, the whole movie, has just been a guy playing Tetris?
on acid. Just imagine the whole thing.
And when the third act, when you're playing Tetris, he's just come down.
It's just come down. He's drooling a little bit still, but like he's doing good.
Yeah.
It is fascinating. Yo, hey, First Price Games, you do
What's
gotta
up, dude?
find Bubba. Did you see? Fuck
You
off.
son of a bitch. How do you have so much stuff?
We got Neko timed hard, bro.
How do you have so much fucking channel points? You just did this last time.
Oh,
Okay,
dude.
get a brown one.
Oh.
I think I'll be okay.
Good luck. It tastes like the third grade. I didn't eat that much chalk, but enough to remember what it tastes like. Ooh, that turned on me.
Was that root beer?
Oh no. Oh, you get multipliers when you give subs. Oh, well, thank you. Also, fuck you.
Oh, that's why he does it.
Oh, dude. But no, Tetris was fun. Jordan, did you see Tetris? Starring your boyfriend, Taron Egerton.
Yeah, your man crush.
It's a new movie, enough to remember. When Blake gets cancer. Who says I don't have cancer yet?
That lady thought it was funny.
I was gonna say, at least they think I'm funny.
I don't.
I
Anyway.
But yeah, no, I would recommend it. It's not like I don't know. I wouldn't say go rush out and watch it, but Tetris, the movie Tetris, is what I'm talking about, starring Taron Egerton. It's fine. It's entertaining. I was entertained the whole time.
Yeah, I mean that's all you can really ask these days.
Yeah. Oh, see, okay, you liked it. I enjoyed it. It was fine.
Well, listen, Jordan is famously skewed. Anything Taron Egerton.
That's very true.
You can't trust his opinion on a Taron Egerton movie.
You really can't. Also, I keep fucking forgetting to say this at the beginning of the streams, but if you are watching this on YouTube after the fact, you can use the chapter things below and skip around to things that you're actually interested in if you want. If not, again, Pizzas and Jordan and 50 to 80 other people who are definitely on this
Definitely
stream.
don't check the numbers.
We're very popular.
We're like the most popular. Oh, we just got another 100 people that just popped in.
Oh my God. Oh, dang.
It's so crazy.
Wow.
I mean, but
so
what's
exciting.
great is that for those 150 to 180 people that are definitely absolutely 100% in here, Columbia won. I mean, I think he should.
I will start marking this Taco Steve appearances.
You
yes.
definitely missed the Neko time already, so.
Yeah, it was not as brutal as I anticipated, but still not fun.
I'm still confused about what flavor I had.
Not a good time. If you really had root beer, that's like, I think that might be a war crime. There's no fucking way that that's legal.
Oh, you were. Damn it.
We are counting them. We're counting all of them.
Great. Super.
So, I mean, short of that, any other things going on before we hop into movie news?
No.
Cool. So, Dave, let's get on to some movie news. I'm leaning on you.
Do it.
We got in. We hopped right on mic, and we're talking about it. So, not a lot of prep time today. How could you tell? We're so professional.
We are the most professional.
Everybody loves us.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, movie news.
Okay, so the biggest and most important is that SAG has gone on strike to join in solidarity with the WGA.
Yes.
And aside from what the internet trolls have to say, this is a good thing because
This is a great thing.
Now the execs and all that stuff, they can't do what they were planning on doing, which was to just wait until the writers go broke to restart the negotiations.
Oh my God. And I think I sent you this article, Dave. One of the contract things that the studios put in with the new SAG stuff was saying for like background actors that they would scan all of their faces, pay them their like day rate, like $100, $200 for their day rate, scan their faces, and then they own your face in perpetuity forever.
Yeah.
But you got $200.
Nope. Absolutely not.
How insane is that?
That's fucking bonkers that they can just use your face for even if you blow up.
Dude, they can just keep using that. Oh, fuck. It's like, I think it's Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
Was in stock footage that you can still buy.
For real?
Yeah.
That's
so people
hilarious.
are buying Aaron Paul's stock footage that he would it was in and putting it like in their ads for stuff, which is legal.
Damn. Club One, it is a Black Mirror episode. And to make it even more so, apparently Hollywood studios and insiders asked the federal government to step in and prevent the actors' strike.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, tough shit. Unions, man. They're there for a reason.
Well, the thing that Fran Drescher said, who is the president of SAG and also the nanny, more importantly, the nanny, she said that this is a not just an actor's thing, not just a writer's thing. It's a union everywhere thing. It's a workers everywhere thing. So,
oh yeah, this is quite the microcosm of all like working environments. Honestly, like this is creative, and some of most people, like lots of people, are very supportive. I would say most people are supportive.
Yes.
But every now and then, if you want to anger yourself a little bit and you scroll through Twitter, all these Hollywood fucks get a real job and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well,
It's
fuck off.
Fucking annoying.
No more entertainment for you.
Right. Like, dude, I actually got into it with this guy on Threads.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, because I'm on Threads now.
Oh, you are? Remember I said, you're like, I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Yeah, as soon as you said it, I was like, sure, I'm going to look into it.
Cool.
Anyway, I got into it with this guy who's like, oh, well, they're not going to win, talking about the actors and or writers.
Yeah.
Because the YouTube content creators are going to step in. I said, okay, bro.
I want to be clear. I love YouTube content creators.
Yes,
I
so
watch
do
a
I.
lot of YouTube. Mm-hmm. That will not fill the void for my 88-year-old grandmother. She needs what is it, like Chicago Fire?
Yeah.
She needs all her medical dramas, and she needs the one where the guy takes his shirt off. I don't know which one it is, but she loves it,
Sure.
and you will not take that away from her.
Clobion, yes, the first reality TV did come out because of the writer's strike last time, but we already have that. And they're
Well-
not going to just suddenly be like, here are YouTubers who, if you had the talent to do this, would be doing this already.
And still not get fucking
Right.
paid. Yeah. But so that's the thing. For reality TV has existed since the mid 90s. MTV was on the fringe of that and stuff.
Yeah.
But you're right. In 2007, when the last writer's strike happened, all the companies were like, you know what's cheap and easy and we don't have to fucking pay anybody for, really? Reality
people
TV. Yeah, it's great. And that's why we had like such a big boom of reality TV in the late 2000s. And then, we moved into a new realm of TV and entertainment and stuff with
Yeah.
streaming and the way things are, like prestige TV, as you all
Right,
know.
right.
But now everything's fucked again. So no more prestige TV for you. I don't even know if there's going to be... Nobody cares about reality TV anymore in the way that they had. So that's not going to pay the bills.
No, and I think they were really desperate not to have SAG strike because then they knew they were going to break.
They have to. They have to. And I'm still fucking pissed at the DGA for striking a deal, which was a bad deal, to be very clear. They got a little bit of what they wanted, but they should have pushed. They should have stuck in solidarity with the writers. But I'm glad SAG stepped up. And on top of that, did you see this as well at the Oppenheimer premiere? It was like an hour or so before the premiere was set to happen, and the actors were like, "Bye."
Yeah, and they announced it. Like the same thing happened in Barbie.
Yeah.
They left. They were on the red carpet and they just left.
Yeah, I mean, good. And I know Christopher Nolan supports it. There's pictures of him on the picket line a few weeks ago, too. So,
Steve, would you like to say hi?
Hey, bud. He's awake.
Here's your Taco Steve Time Club one. Also, they might try animation in AI generated stuff. He doesn't want to.
Okay.
He's just as upset about all this stuff as we are.
I know, we're upset, too, bud.
But I don't think that they can't do animation because that still requires actors and writers.
Yep.
So they can't. That doesn't help.
Hey, ChatGPT, give me a new Pixar movie. Not how it works.
But also, AI might try.
Oh, sure.
They might try and do AI, but who's gonna write that?
That's the thing, dude. Well, but on top of that, too, if they try to... If you scab, you will never fucking work in this industry. People remember that shit.
Oh, yeah.
And you will never actually have a real job in this industry. You will get burned.
Like I've already seen like a content creator on Threads saying like, we're standing in solidarity with the actors and stuff. Like they need to do their thing and stuff, and we support them.
Yep.
So I don't think that there's gonna be.
I don't think
too
there's going to
many
be
people.
scabbing because also people know about this more now. It's more in the actual public conversation than even than it was in 2007. Because with the internet, people are talking and writers have more of a voice outside of like the scripts they produce and stuff. They're on social media too, and they're out here talking shit, and they should. They should.
Yeah.
So more people are aware of it. It's becoming more of a problem in society in general, but that's a larger conversation that this show is not equipped to handle.
Nope, we do not have the we don't have the energy in us. But
No. But tune into Taco Steve's stream. He's very into politics.
he's
very
staring
into,
at us right now, and it's creeping me out.
Yeah. He's stalking in the background.
But I will say this.
Yes.
Speaking of Oppenheimer, because we brought it up because Christopher Nolan was on the picket lines, Robert Downey Jr. has gone on record saying that Oppenheimer is the best film I've ever been in.
Hot damn.
And it's not even close. is
No
what he
fucking
said.
way.
Yes, he said he can't wait. He can't wait for all of us to experience it.
Oh, dude, I cannot wait for Oppenheimer. We saw another trailer. I tend to stay away from trailers unless I'm in the theater. And we saw a trailer for it today, and I was like, dude, I'm so hyped for this.
Yeah,
I'm so fucking hyped.
I cannot wait.
And Robert Downey Jr. has been in some top of the line films.
Yes, he's been in some really, really good films.
I mean, it's wild. He's been in so many great things, and I was actually thinking about this earlier because he was in Natural Born Killers, the Oliver Stone film, and Oliver Stone himself has not come under fire, but he's been like talking shit about the egregiousness of like, you know, action and violence and stuff. And things lately. And I'm like, have you ever watched any of your movies? Fuck off.
Yeah, it's just, I feel like some of these people are just saying stuff just to say it now. Like, they know it's stupid to say it.
Yeah, but now we're talking about Oliver Stone.
Exactly. And that's the thing, honestly, it's the same reason that Brian Cox said what he said.
Oh, God. How embarrassing. How embarrassing is that?
Honestly.
What did he say?
It's like millennials are lazy or some shit.
Oh, yeah. Woke culture is ruining everything, and millennials are lazy also. Like, I liked you last stream.
Yeah, we were just singing your praises.
Yeah. He's a great actor, but not a great thinker, apparently.
No, God, apparently not. That whole woke culture thing is like, dude.
It's so embarrassing.
It's so stupid. It's not a thing.
It's
just culture.
It's just
culture. It's just how normal, empathetic, and sympathetic human beings act in public. That's all it is.
When people say like the woke this or that or woke this or that, I'm like, how do you? That's so embarrassing.
You say that with a straight
how do you say
face?
it with a straight face and not just crack up laughing? I love that shit. It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh a lot. I actually really enjoy it. So more of that, please.
Sure.
I need happiness in my life.
The next thing is because of the SAG-AFTRA actor strike, there have been 5 movies that have shut down entirely their filming production.
Oh, really? Which ones?
Deadpool 3.
Okay.
Venom 3.
Okay.
Gladiator 2.
Okay.
Lilo and Stitch, I believe, live action.
What? I didn't even know that was happening.
Yep. And an untitled F1 drama starring Brad Pitt.
Interesting. I don't care about any of them.
I definitely care about Deadpool 3.
I don't.
100%.
Okay, not to say that this is dismissive. By the way,
They're coming for you for that bad take.
This is what happens when we stream in the same location. All of my background noises are amplified.
Yeah, it's crazy. They really don't want us to be in the same room.
They hate us, Dave. They hate us because they hate us.
They hate us because they ain't us.
But, you know, I say that I really don't have an affinity for any of these films necessarily.
No, you don't.
But it is a bummer. You know, strikes are a bummer because it is hard. It is hard for writers right now. They have to really put themselves on the line, you know, and drive more Uber than they were before when they actually had jobs still and still had to drive Uber. It sucks. It's not fun for anybody. So that's why the studios maybe should like not take their $150 million bonuses and just use one person's bonus for 1 quarter and pay all the fucking writers.
Like, that's it. That's all you gotta do.
I don't know. I was going for my 10th yacht, and now I have to give my money to some dickhead who sleeps in his car.
Also, what do you deserve us bonus for? What are you
Bonus
doing?
for what?
What could you possibly be doing that you deserve a bonus?
Welcome to Dave and Blake's anti-capitalist
What on earth? Honestly,
manifesto stream.
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
You just like signing off on like a movie that gets made that you had no input on at all?
Right. Did you see Bob Iger's comments too?
No, what'd he say?
Oh, he's like his comments on the SAG strike are so fucking tone deaf. I don't have the direct quote, but if you can find, it's like, oh, this is troublesome for us. Dave's looking this up. I don't want to misquote Bob Iger because
He'll come for us.
He's probably watching this and he's gonna find my little apartment and slash my tires on my 2007 Honda.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, read this.
So Disney CEO Bob Iger, in case you didn't know who that was, says that writers and actors are not being realistic with strikes. It's very disturbing to me. Bitch!
It's disturbing to
You're
to your
worth
bottom
so
line.
much more money than nearly everybody that you employ.
And
Like,
so is your
fuck
company,
off.
to be
Yes.
clear. The company itself is also worth more money than God.
He says, it's very disturbing to me. We talked about disruptive forces on this business and all the challenges we're facing. The recovery from COVID, which is ongoing, it's not completely back. This is the worst time in the world to add to that disruption. I understand any labor organization's desire to work on behalf of its members to get the most compensation and be compensated fairly based on that value they deliver. We managed as an industry to negotiate a very good deal with the Directors Guild. No, you didn't. That
No.
reflects the value that the directors contribute to this great business. No, it doesn't. We wanted to do the same thing with the writers, and we'd like to do the same thing with the actors. That's the level of expectation they have. That is just not realistic.
It is not realistic
No.
to get paid a living wage, Dave.
No.
I'm sorry. Continue delivering pizzas and driving Uber while you
Honestly.
write me my Emmy and Academy Award nominated
Right.
Media. Thank
That's
you.
how it goes.
Quit bitching. You have an award.
Yeah. Who cares? Shut up. Give
Also,
me
my pizza's late.
Aren't you the one bringing it?
Bring me my scripts for my show and also the pizza I ordered. You fuck. I hate this
please
reality.
and thank you.
Yeah. So what else we got, Dave?
So a lot of Oppenheimer stuff, but apparently Christopher Nolan is actually frustrated with the release date being the same as Barbie, and apparently there's some feud going on with him and Warner Bros.
I've heard some conflicting news on this because I've also heard Christopher Nolan quotes saying like, "Hey, this is great that it's coming out on the same day. It'll get more people seeing more movies in the theater. I think that's good." But I also did hear the frustrated thing. I don't know what to believe, and I'm not here to pass judgment.
Yeah,
Because I think Christopher Nolan, more than anything, loves cinema and loves that people go to movie theaters. He's been on the front line fighting to have things still be on film. Remember when that was going on 10 years ago? Christopher Nolan was heading that. Him and Martin Scorsese were very pivotal in like encouraging filmmakers and financing some productions, like financing film. So certain productions can shoot on film still, which is cool. So I can't imagine him being like, damn it, people are going to go see more movies? What?
son of a bitch. What are you gonna do?
Big breaking news here, Jordan. He got his golf simulator tracker.
Ball tracker.
That's
ordered today.
That's sick.
I don't know what exactly it is, but I do have a feeling you're gonna find a way to put it through one of the windows at your house.
I was gonna say something's gonna break,
Yes.
and at least I don't have to pay for it.
I just have a feeling. Oh God. Oh, he said some shit, dude.
What?
Christopher
Is this a direct
Nolan.
quote?
He blasted. Oh wait, he blasted the movie. It says.
Okay.
Oh, he's in a bit of a bad place with Warner Brothers for some time now.
Okay.
First of all, his 2020 film Tenet
Yeah.
was exclusively released in theaters during the height of the pandemic, resulting in a box office failure.
Yeah.
And then Warner Bros. Parent company Warner Media revealed its decision of releasing its 2021 slate only on HBO Max. And
oh, yeah.
he blasted the movie, it says the movie, but I don't know exactly what it means. In an interview, he said, some of our industry's biggest filmmakers and most important movie stars went to bed the night before thinking they were working for the greatest movie studio and woke up to find out they were working for the worst streaming service. Their decision makes no economic sense, and even the most casual Wall Street investor can see the difference between disruption and dysfunction.
Yo, good dude. Good for him. It's true. It's true. I was just talking about somebody with this. We are legitimately just doing an anti-capitalist stream today.
Why not?
Because
Fuck it.
when you're trying to make art in a society like this, money does come first, and artists are forced to be babysitters and basically alter all of their work to fit into that cycle of, will this make money? Now I mean, Christopher Nolan's on a different level, but smaller filmmakers and stuff still have to kowtow and make their stories like, hey, this is a great cut. This is a really great movie. Mm-hmm. We need more boobs, more blood, and we need more stuff that I like as a 70-year-old man who makes $378 million every 2 months.
Yeah,
So,
roughly.
Because the people need it.
People need it.
People need it.
That's what he calls his balls.
More boobs. Please and thank you.
Exactly. And here is my favorite piece of movie news.
Oh, I'm excited for this. I'm excited to talk about this.
So there is a movie out right now called Sound of Freedom.
Oh, yes.
Which is apparently targeted towards a certain type of audience.
QAnon audiences.
Yes, thank you. QAnon audiences. And it stars Jim Caviezel as Tim Ballard, a real-life special agent for Homeland Security focused on rescuing children from human traffickers in Colombia. It grossed $49.5 million at the box office in its first 9 days, which is not a hit, despite what this article says.
That's good numbers for a fucking wacko movie, though. Like, that's hella numbers for something like this.
But also, and for anybody who doesn't know, Jim Caviezel is the guy who played Jesus and then decided he was it.
Jim Caviezel he was the Count of Monte Cristo. Mm-hmm. He was Jesus Christ in The Passion of the Christ, directed by every Jewish person's favorite friend, Mel Gibson. Oh, yikes. And he also was on a show. What was it called? Person of Interest or something like that. He was on a big network television show for a long time after that as well. Jim Caviezel's fucking crazy.
He's out of his fucking mind.
He really believes in the QAnon stuff.
He truly.
He goes on. He talks about like adrenochrome and like all this stuff.
Oh my god!
In public on all this stuff, and he's like. He's very dead serious about this stuff.
He's absolutely dead serious.
This movie has been ridiculed, obviously, for being ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It's based on a lot of phony reports by this man named Tim Ballard.
Yeah, Tim Ballard.
And who has done none of these things that is claimed. He says he's rescuing children from, like, satanic cabals and human trafficking things. But that stuff actually really hurts. The real efforts of real people trying to stop these things.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all like, no, none of this is not how this works at all.
No.
This isn't even close. Like, what are you doing? But Jim Caviezel's like, I don't give a fuck. Have you guys heard about adrenochrome?
Dude, what's the funniest part is apparently there's been probably a couple of movie theaters across the country that something goes wrong during a screening of Sound of Freedom, and these people are legitimately saying like, oh, that's weird, that's convenient, as if Sound of Freedom is the only movie playing. Like, fuck out of here, number one. Number two, do you really think if somebody had the ability to sabotage multiple movie theaters across the country, they wouldn't have just prevented the movie from being made?
From being made, ever being coming out, like any press about it at all. That's what I love about conspiracy theories is like if you think about them for, less than 5 seconds or so, they just break down completely. Things like this especially. It's like the mainstream liberal media is trying to keep this film down. It's like, okay, then why did it make $50 million fucking dollars? Why are we all talking about this right now?
It got so bad that it prompted the CEO of AMC to tweet. Sadly, conspiracy theorists are so prevalent in America. So much garbage information is spread. More than 1 million people have watched Sound of Freedom at AMC theaters, more than any other theater chain on the planet. Yet, people falsely claim otherwise. It is so bizarre.
Have you ever been to an AMC? That shit is fucked up. I've been to multiple movie theaters where things just go wrong all the time. I see lots of movies, things happen.
Yeah. Not only do things happen, but like, I've never been to a AMC theater that has less than like 25 screens in it. So
Also, teenagers run these things.
yeah,
Adults don't even work there.
no, they don't. What do you think is happening?
It's
in there?
retirees and 14-year-olds. Something's gonna go wrong.
Yeah,
I think that's really funny. That's my favorite piece of movie news.
I told you that's my favorite. It's just the absolute. And the thing is, once these conspiracy theorists believe it, there's no change in their mind.
Which is great. Which is really cool.
So I say
we all benefit.
Play into it.
Yeah, of course. Of course, it is a conspiracy, Dave.
See how far you can push them.
I often, it's like late at night, this movie premiered like what, on the 4th of July, I assume?
Probably.
So,
because of America and we're patriots.
Yeah, it's the sound of freedom. And for me, I like to put on a ski mask, dress all in black, slink my way through the alley to the AMC, climb up the telephone pole, and cut the single wire that goes to the projector of Sound of Freedom.
Just that one.
So those 8 drunk people are going to be very upset, and they might miss 2.5 minutes of the movie.
We talked about it at our George Soros meeting.
Oh, yeah. I got those George Soros money, too. George Soros bucks. It's his own...
George Bucks.
Currency, George Bucks. Yeah, with a B-U-X.
Yes, B-U-X, George Bucks.
Yeah, that's how I pay my rent.
Yes.
We're in California.
Yes, we are in California, where that's the only currency that matters. Oh, God.
This is good. This is my favorite segment of movie news I think we've ever done.
Also, if you are watching this and you are a conspiracy theorist who thinks that something is going on with the Sound of Freedom, it is.
Keep watching. We're going to let you in on all the secrets.
All the secrets. Literally, they're trying to silence you.
Yeah.
From watching a movie. Trying to silence you from watching...
Venmo me for more information.
Blake has it. He has the...
Send it to me.
Yes.
GoFundMe so you can fund. I'm gonna turn state's witness into the conspiracy community. Give me your money, and I'll tell you all the secrets.
Yes, and I'm funneling them into Blake. So,
source,
Dave,
and there's.
No, let's be honest. Source is trust me, bro.
I heard it straight from Donald Trump.
Anyway, so one of 20... A movie that we just recently talked about, i.e. last week.
Yeah.
On stream. 65 was...
Oh. Yeah. I already forgot. We saw this a week ago. This movie sucked. Go on.
Yes. It was a box office bomb.
Sure.
And apparently it's currently number 1 on Netflix.
That checks out.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I think it's just millions of people doing the same thing as us. We're like, fuck it. Let's see what this is about.
What is this? Dinosaurs and Adam Driver? Let's see it.
I do have to issue a slight correction.
Okay.
Something I said yesterday.
Okay.
Or yesterday. Yesterstream.
Yesterstream.
Is that they made up dinosaurs when in fact most of the dinosaurs were based on real dinosaurs that they invented back in the day, prehistoric Earth, that were around back in the day.
Okay.
I still can't forgive the long-armed T-Rex anti, because that wasn't the T-Rex. Apparently, the T-Rex was in we never really fully saw it. We saw it in the cave thing where it tries to out of them out of the cave. I don't know, but
dinosaurs are like birds to me. Someone's like, "Hey, what kind of bird is that?" I'm like, "Pigeon." Like, what kind of bird is that? I'm like, "Pigeon." I don't know. What kind of bird is that? It's definitely a pigeon. I don't know what birds look like.
Well, it's funny because dinosaurs are more closely related to birds than lizards.
My last name's Hawk, and I don't even know what a hawk looks like.
Not like that.
I hope not for its social path in life. It better not look like this. Oh, Dave's got a bad thing coming. Bad thing going. Bad thing been.
Yeah.
I am the dodo of the family.
It's fine.
Full-blown extinct. The bloodline stops here. Give me money for your conspiracies. I have so many.
Anyway, here's my second favorite piece of movie news this stream.
Hit me.
Timothy Chalamet was cast in Wonka because of his high school rap videos on YouTube.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
The director, Paul
No
King,
fucking
reveals
way.
that he cast Timmy Chalamet for Willy Wonka because of the high school rap videos on YouTube. Let's see if I have an actual
High
quote
school.
here.
Okay. This sounds deeply embarrassing. And are they still on YouTube?
I don't know. But he said it was a straight offer because, wow, he didn't even have to audition for it. He just straight up was like, hey, I want you in this. It was a straight offer because he's great, and he was the only person in my mind who could do it. But because he's Timothy Chalamet and his life is so absurd, his high school musical performances are on YouTube and have hundreds of thousands of views. So I knew from standing for Timmy Chalamet, wow, he said Timmy and it fucked me up, that he could sing and dance really well. And I knew that it was his arsenal. It was in his arsenal, but I didn't know how good he was. So when I spoke to him, he was quite keen. He done tap dancing in high school, and he was like, I'd quite like to show people I can do that.
Wait. What? So he saw... I mean, fine. Is somebody... Hopefully nobody finds my videos from high school on YouTube. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck you, Dave. Don't sell me out.
I didn't say anything.
You're killing my conspiracy business.
I'm not doing anything.
No, don't do that.
I'm not. It's fine.
I can see you.
No, that's
It's
not. No, it's fine.
Please don't look me up. Don't fucking do it. I would like to see these videos, though. I really would like to see these videos. They sound cringy because, like...
Yeah, they're probably
high schoolers rapping, unless you're, like, Mac Miller or something. It's usually... Especially, like, skinny little white dudes. And I know that, being a skinny little white dude. The things we do are embarrassing in public. Leave us out of this. Are you literally looking this up?
I'm looking it up right now, dude. Sorry.
If I play this on our stream, will we get, like, copyright claim by Timothy Chalamet Incorporated?
No fucking way, dude.
Oh my God, they exist, and they were easy to find. Are you gonna hold it to the camera?
Give me your mic.
It's your boy, Lil Timmy Tim. Yeah. What up, statistics class? I'm coming through live from G25. Yeah. Live
Wait.
G25. Let's go. Statistic. Yep. Statistic. Yep. Statistic. Yep. Statistic. Yep. Miss Law M. Miss Law M. Miss Law M. Miss Law M. Statistic. Yep. Statistic.
To be fair, it's not so much rapping
Statistic. Yep.
as it is him just saying the same shit over and over a sick ass beat.
So rapping.
It's Timmy T.
There it is.
Hit him with the ZTST. Let's do a problem. Let us see the probability you see me on TV.
This is wild. This is wild.
Wait. There we go. Oh my God, I can't. The dance, bro. Forever, that's part of my dance arsenal now. Forever.
That's always been part of my... I like this. I like this. We gotta take this show on the road.
Fuck.
Fuck is right.
Thank you, Timothy Chalamet, for ruining my life.
And giving me nightmares. So what else we got?
Well, the last thing I have is that apparently Haley Atwell of...
Who's that?
she was in Captain America, Peggy Carter. She's in Mission Impossible 7. She has teased that Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 will incorporate audience feedback from Dead Reckoning Part 1.
What? Is this a choose your own adventure film series?
Apparently.
Jesus.
I got to do something to keep it. But apparently it's doing pretty decent so far.
Is it?
I've been seeing stuff like, I don't know if they're just fluffing it because they are scared of Tom Cruise.
I'd be.
But I know, me too. But apparently it's been doing pretty good. People are like, oh, it's great. But like, I mean, I didn't really look into the articles because I don't want to talk about it more than I have to. But this seemed
Fair.
pretty fucking weird.
It is interesting too because I didn't realize the movie was even out. And
didn't
when I
either.
was going to buy tickets for Dial of Destiny today, I was like, that's out.
That's out.
That's a thing. I
That's
did see
great.
Sound of Freedom. I was like, okay, almost bought tickets.
Oh, God, I would've
that's
punched you in the
tomorrow's
face.
screening. I like kind of want to see this film, but I'm not going to watch it legally because I will not give my money to this.
absolutely not.
But I kind of want to see what it's about because Jim Caviezel is certifiably insane, and not just because of the shit that he says publicly, but behind the scenes from his TV show. One of the podcasts I listen to, they cover like QAnon and extremism and all this stuff. They did a whole episode on Jim Caviezel like a year and a half ago,
Really?
Called the Cavortex, where I tried to get you to listen to this, but basically they talked with a lot of people who were on set for his television show,
Okay.
and it is so funny to hear their encounters because like he is very dumb, but like one of those like very confidently dumb people
God.
who like they call it the Cavortex because he'll just come up and start talking to you. He used to do Hitler like impressions to people. He thinks it's hilarious. We'll pull people in and try to tell them about Jesus Christ. And so like other coworkers would come in like hey, we need you over here to load the thing and the stuff. And they wouldn't let Jim Caviezel drive vehicles because he almost killed somebody.
What?
And he said, well, that's what my character would do. And they're like, okay, but this is a TV show. And he goes, but my character would have run them over. That's what I'm trying to do. And they're like, no. So he's not allowed to drive, wasn't allowed to drive vehicles for the rest of the time he's on the show. He's
Dude,
fucking
what the
insane.
fuck?
He's absolutely insane. He needs some serious help.
Yes.
But yeah, so
That's not even like method acting shit.
no, I want you to listen to this episode of this podcast because it is bonkers. It's hilarious.
Bonkers.
And lots of firsthand accounts of Jim Caviezel that were all verified separately from each other. So
That's crazy.
it's
dude.
wild. I just want to talk about Jim Caviezel now.
I'd rather not.
I would, but I guess we'll continue on with our regularly scheduled programming. What else we
Guess,
got, Dave?
If we have to. I think that's all I had.
Okay.
Anything that was important anyway.
Okay. What about the not important stuff?
Well, apparently, HBO Max hid Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer on YouTube. They didn't delete it, but they hid it.
Oh. Like privated it?
Yes.
Privated it?
And now apparently people were pissed about that
Who cares?
for a movie that's out
And
that you can watch.
that's been out. Mm-hmm. Didn't that come out in like 2021 or something?
Yeah, it came out during like pandemic times.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
Sure.
But the article says why. Mm-hmm. They explain why.
Oh, why? Enlighten me.
Confusion. Pulled on thing. Logical explanation for why the trailer vanished from YouTube. It's why it vanished, not why they did it. They literally just said like, oh no, oh okay, here we go. Discovery that Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer has been set to private due to a music licensing issue.
Boom.
Easy.
Mystery solved.
Mystery solved.
Send me $30 to my Venmo, and I'll tell you why it really got privated.
George Soros, in our meeting, he personally told Blake. So
It's like, fuck this shit. Private.
make it private.
And they just
Why?
bow to it.
We can't tell you.
We all got paid.
Can't tell you live anyway.
Yeah. Venmo me.
Yes.
Cool.
Here's another one. Bob Iger, fucking dickhead, admits that Pixar's box office was hurt by Disney Plus strategy, but also blames the movies.
Whatever. I don't know.
Like, for instance,
Okay.
Pixar has, been a juggernaut. 14 of their first 15 movies grossing $190 million or more domestically.
Unbelievable.
But they have not been able to replicate that in the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Their most recent movie, Elemental, opened to $29.6 million last month, which is
Ooh.
bad.
Oh, shit.
That's really, really bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
And then while interviewing for who cares, he's an asshole. He discussed the factors that he thinks had the most impact on Pixar's recent box office setbacks.
Is it the writers and the actors?
He said there were 3 Pixar releases in a row that went direct to streaming, in part mostly because of COVID. It was all because of COVID. And I think that may have created an expectation in the audience that they're going to be eventually on streaming and probably quickly. And there wasn't an urgency. And then I think there was I think you'd have to agree that there was some creative misses as well, which is industry speak of saying the movie sucked.
Yeah. I haven't seen them, so I can't.
I don't know. I don't care.
I know Lightyear tanked for sure, but
it tanked. It tanked hard.
Yeah,
And
I didn't see it.
It did not make sense to me why. I think although if somebody was like, really, you don't understand why a movie that's geared towards kids that wasn't even in theaters wouldn't have done well. Like kids in theaters can only pay attention because that's the only thing there is to do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
That's a very good point. I also when I take people to see challenging films, and like my friends who I know have like a short attention spans, or maybe it's not their taste exactly, I take them to a theater so I can force. I'm talking about Dave exactly. So I can no, not just you, but I do have a multitude of people, 3
Mr.
people.
Popular.
3 friends who all do not have the same taste as me. I take them to a theater because it forces you to engage with the content you're watching, because you look like a dickhead if you're on your phone, and you look like a dickhead if you're asleep, and I will poke you and steal your popcorn.
That's gross.
Popcorn first.
Their hands
then
have been
poke you.
there.
I don't care.
Okay, so another thing that I would like to talk about, rather than you stealing rando's popcorn, is that the Oppenheimer budget was finally they finally admitted to what it was.
What?
It's closer to $100 million than the 180 that people thought it was. It's like, well, no, that was just a misquote because Christopher Nolan was talking about the 180 minutes.
Oh, 108 million minutes. What?
Oh, no! It goes over dude's whole entire life. I don't know how they got Cillian Murphy so early in his acting career, but they did. So,
dude, I tell you what. Never mind. I already said it. I'm very excited for this movie. And Cillian Murphy looks great, and you can see all the passage of time. Oh my God, sir, relax.
it is Cillian, isn't it?
It is.
Fuck! I did it again.
That's okay.
I know you said that.
I wasn't trying to call you out, but I wasn't gonna say it wrong to spare your ego.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Killian.
It looks
Killian.
It looks great, and there's also there's the
Killian.
sequences in black and white, and you can see him aging, and there's a Matt Damon in there sometimes.
Matt Damon, RDJ. It's a
Everybody's
pretty
in this
stacked
movie.
cast.
I'm pretty excited for it.
I'm more excited for those, not cameos, but actors being in these movies than apparently John Cena is in Barbie.
Do we like this?
No.
Okay, thank you.
I hate John Cena.
I don't hate John Cena.
I hate John Cena's performances.
I don't think he's a very good actor.
He's a terrible actor.
I agree with you. Yeah, I was like thinking about it. I was like, no, he's done okay, and I couldn't think of anything. Fuck off. Fuck off. No way. Okay, Dave, show me a picture right now. How can you text that to me so I can put it on screen? This is absurd.
Okay. Open image.
This is absurd and also really great, and I need this in my life.
Okay. Share to
Myself.
To Blake.
Thanks.
It's
I don't
absurd.
care if we're stopping this stream.
Cold, dead.
Dead stopping the stream. It is literally that worth it. Oh, this is so fucking worth it. Okay, here we go. How do I full screen this bitch? I think I'm gonna have to do this. All right, here we go. Go bigger.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
It's so big on this screen. You guys have no idea.
It's
Literally,
staring at
do you
Dave.
see? It's staring into my soul. He's so mad I called his performance is shit.
It is a good wig, Chloe, to your point.
Yes.
I mean, it's a little pixelated on my end here looking at it, but
Yes.
we see it very big.
But yes,
Looks
okay.
pretty good.
Literally, you see on your screens how his head looks about the same size as ours. That's how big it is on this screen for real. It's his
life-sized.
actual 1-to-1 size head on this screen, and it's staring right the fuck at me, not at Blake. It's looking right at me,
It's making eye contact with
I don't
Dave.
like this. This is yes, Kloby one. It is nightmare fuel, and I am horrified that I'm going to be going through this later.
I'm going to get you a cardboard cutout of this for Christmas, but not tell you. I'm just going to... I have your keys to your apartment.
He's just going to pop into my apartment.
I'm going
and
to make
then-
sure you come home late one day and you open the door to John Cena in a Barbie wig. It will...
yeah.
When you clean up all the piss, I'm sure you will call me with many thoughts and opinions.
It's going to be more poop than piss. No, it's fine.
I'm fine with it. It's not my apartment. But that's where we're at.
No, but I'm going to clean it up and then bring it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Taco Steve. will
Knock
enjoy it.
on your door. What's up, man? Just toss a bag in and run like it's a grenade. And last thing I will bring up for movie news is SAG has officially listed out the things that actors cannot do while on this strike. Principal on-camera work such as acting, singing, dancing, performing stunts, piloting an on-camera aircraft, puppeteering, performance capture or motion capture work. Principal off-camera work such as ADR, which is additional dialogue recording, / looping, TV trailers, promos, and theatrical trailers, voice acting, singing, narration, including audio descriptive services such as the services may be covered by another collective or bargaining agreement referred to in the notice of members regarding non-struck work. Stunt coordinating and related services, background work, stand-in work, photo and or body doubles, fittings, wardrobe tests, makeup tests, rehearsals, camera tests, scanning, interviews and auditions, including via self-tape.
Nice.
Any kind of promotion or publicity, tours, personal appearances, interviews, conventions, fan expos, festivals, for your consideration events, panels, premieres, screenings, award shows, junkets, podcast appearances,
That's
social
wild.
media, studio showcases, and then they can't negotiate anything else. An agreement to perform covered services in the future, any new agreement related to merchandising connected to a covered project, the creation and use of digital replicas, including through the reuse of prior work, performing on a trailer for a struck production or other ancillary content connected to a struck production.
Yes.
So basically,
good.
they can't do anything, which is great. Which, honestly, I gotta say, that has ruined every episode for season 4 for us.
All of them. All of our celebrity friends can't show up.
We had all A-listers,
All of them.
and now we can't.
Brad Pitt.
Yes.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone, Jennifer Lawrence,
Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. That's what I meant. Bradley Cooper.
Yep. We're
That was
good.
fun.
Yep, your brother.
And
And Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg. Yes, we
He's
can't
not an
do that.
actor.
We can't have
No,
him.
just kidding. He can be on.
Yeah, I guess
Good friend of the show. We grew
Yes.
up together in Cincinnati.
Although I think getting a text now. He is standing in solidarity with the actors and will not be on our show.
We respect you, Steven. I know, huge fan, longtime watcher. We still love you. Come on when you're ready.
Yes.
No pressure.
None at all. Also, there was some other really great actors going to be there this season that we now can't because of the strike and for
Sorry,
no other
guys.
reason whatsoever.
We also stand in solidarity.
Yeah, so
by
we're
bringing
just
you
gonna
shitty content.
so we're just gonna make our show as the same as always
Same as always.
instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. With regular episodes.
It's hard out here. But speaking of Steven Spielberg, we have some movies to talk about. We're talking about some adventure films today, Dave.
What do they have to do with Steven Spielberg?
Steven Spielberg directed the first Indiana Jones movie.
But not this one.
He's a producer on it.
Okay, fine. Anyway, adventure movies.
Adventure movies. Ding. We are talking about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny that is newly released, at least a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
2-3 weeks ago. It's been out for a minute.
It's Indiana Jones, and the title is
It's so long. The title and the movie's rather lengthy, but I have my thoughts on that later. But yes. We're going to get into that. But
do you want to just...
let's just do it. We have a trailer. I need to
do
get
it.
more alcohol because we're talking about Jim Caviezel a lot, and it's making me sweat.
Yes.
So
Same. Oh, since you're
everything
getting
feels
up,
bad.
and I feel bad getting up also, can you grab me my energy drink that's in your fridge?
I can. No problem.
Thanks, dude.
I got you covered. So here is that trailer, and I'm gonna do my thing. Dave,
Yes.
live commentary.
Live
please.
commentary. Here we go,
Kick it.
motherfucker. This is Harrison Ford in the 60s. In his 60s also. 70s. He's in the 70s.
I'm retiring.
Well, in that case, what are we drinking?
Same for the goddaughter.
Oh,
Dad
it's his
told me you
goddaughter,
found
guys.
something. On a train during the war.
Indiana Jones
A dial
found something?
that could change the course of history.
Why are you chasing the thing that drove your father crazy?
Uh-oh.
Don't move.
And
Please
this
get
guy
out of here.
who plays every bad guy ever, apparently.
Sorry.
Blake is yelling. I can hear that Blake is yelling, but I can't hear anything to
Dr.
say.
Jones, get him.
Yes, there was de-aging CGI, and they were ballsy about it in this movie.
Hitler made mistakes, and with this, I will correct them all. You stole it. Then you stole it.
And then I stole it.
And
It's
then I
called
stole it.
capitalism.
It's called Finders Keepers, lady.
This way!
Fasten your seatbelts. There might be some turbulence.
You've
Well,
taken
I'm
your
going to go to the
chances.
store. You can get this on
Made
your
your
own, and
mistakes.
I will be back in about an hour.
Lots to talk about.
And now, a final triumph.
Give him hell, Indiana Jones.
A few times in my life, I've seen things. I've been tortured with voodoo. Been shot 9 times, including once by your father.
Sorry.
But I've been looking for this all my life.
I don't remember him saying that, though.
No, definitely not.
Okay. Also, there was no ball rolling scene either. I don't know when I put that there.
There's no what?
There was there's a scene in the trailer just now where he's letting a giant boulder sphere down, and that didn't happen.
That definitely didn't happen. So, Dave, can you tell us the captivating story of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny 2023?
Sure. Yes. So this is Indiana Jones
Thank you.
in his 70s. It does start with a flashbacky type scene, which is great.
Yeah, looks great.
Looks
Go on.
great.
What's the premise? What is he after?
So he's not really after anything. He already found it. But basically, it's the Dial of Destiny, which Archimedes, back in the ancient Greek times,
Yeah.
is a device that is magical,
No,
apparently.
it's not magical. It calculates when there's going to be a fissure in time,
It's magical.
thus allowing you to travel back into time.
And forward. It's a time travel tablet. Anyway.
It's a time travel clock.
Anyway, so basically, Indy has it, and then his goddaughter, who is apparently a heathen.
Played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yep. She steals it from him and tries to sell it.
Yeah.
And then it's about to get into the hands of the Nazis again in 1969 or 64, whatever the fuck.
69. So essentially, there's two pieces of this dial. They have the one piece. They got to find the second piece and keep it from the Nazi. Mads
then-
Mikkelsen.
Yes. And then the Nazi gets, he gets his hand on the piece. Just like every Indiana Jones movie, it goes back and forth.
Yeah. And
It
there's
swaps
lots of
ownership
Nazis.
multiple times. Lots of Nazis.
Yeah.
Somehow, we cannot possibly do an Indiana Jones movie without Nazis.
It's part of the formula. You got to have Nazis, and you got to punch Nazis in the face.
Yes, punch all Nazis in the face.
I condone this message. Coming for you. No, it's wild. So Dave, literally, we just saw this a few hours ago. What was your
Yes.
first impression of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny?
I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I have to say the de-aging CGI
Yeah.
was fine, but they were so confident in it
Yeah.
that they showed it really intensely a lot. And it was like, this is starting to look bad.
Yeah, I have my thoughts on that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, my first impression, we talked about this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It was getting not great reviews. I think it's still not getting great reviews.
No, people
And
said it
it's-
sucked.
and it's not doing well at the box office. I rather enjoyed it.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was good.
I don't think it was like top in or favorite film of the year, material, but I was engaged the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I did enjoy it. I thought it was a fun little romp.
Yes, I agree.
Getting into likes, there's a lot of things I liked about this movie.
Yeah.
Do you have a top like?
Chloe one. Yeah, I was actually a little relieved myself because it's the last indie ride.
I know. I was really nervous this was going to be bad. It is directed by James Mangold, who is a director I'm definitely a fan of, and he knows his shit. So I felt like it was in good hands. So I felt a little discouraged when it was getting bad reviews.
Yeah,
So
I don't know why it did. I'm not sure what the fuck is happening with some of these movies lately that are bombing, in spite of actually being pretty good.
yeah,
I don't know what's happened. People just stop going to the movies again. I don't know what's going on.
they're waiting for Barbenheimer.
But true, they're all saving up their money because they're going to see it so many times.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say it's probably a top is honestly, there's a scene where Indy in the movie, Indy addresses kind of the ridiculousness of a 70-something-year-old man
Yeah,
doing this stuff because he's like somebody asked him if he's okay, and he's basically like, no.
yeah.
Everything is wrong with me.
Yeah, we both laughed. There was a number of audible laughs from the audience and from myself. A number of moments that were pretty visceral in terms of action and things that were, again, we're not spoiling this, but lots of things that were happening that made me go, like a couple times very audibly. And I was like, well, it still evoked a reaction out of me for sure. And I didn't know what to expect. I think one of my major likes for this, and maybe it's because I watched it, a day or so after I watched Uncharted, which we'll get into later. But I think the chemistry between Oliver, I think the acting was great. First off, I think the acting was really great. Harrison Ford's a pro. Phoebe Waller-Bridge was great. There's a kid, I don't know his name in real life, but played a character named Teddy. Their chemistry was great, and that is so pivotal for an adventure film where we're like supposed to get on board, even when these like characters can be scummy. You still have to like them, and I liked and enjoyed everybody the entire time. Steve,
Ethan
don't do
Isidore.
Ethan Isidore.
Or Isidore, I'm not
He
sure.
was going to jump on my desk, and I stopped him.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. We're in the middle of something.
Yeah.
I know, buddy.
But did you feel that chemistry wise?
Yes, I did. It had very good chemistry, and there was, there was some nods in it,
but not
to the
too
past.
many.
Not enough to be annoying.
Yeah.
But the chemistry was great. I thought the action was great.
Yep.
I really appreciated, like I said, it's my top like. I really appreciated them being like, it's a bit ridiculous. A 70-something-year-old guy. So we're gonna make a joke out of it.
Oh yeah, no, they were self-aware enough to not just try to peddle this off as like a normal or usual thing for Indiana Jones in his elderly, advanced age to be globetrotting. He's like, God damn it.
Right.
I just want to go home and drink.
Yep. See, buddy?
Thanks, Steve.
This is why you
you
said no.
Yep, not allowed on the desk when we're streaming.
Yeah.
But you can grab him, but he'll probably just sit down and go to sleep.
Well,
Yeah,
let's see.
he's working his way. He slept through a stream. Yeah, he's going.
There he goes. There it is. There's Steve.
There's Steve.
Little Stevie boy.
But yeah, I think that was that was a good choice. They're not trying to sell me a 75-year-old man, doing this stuff. He was doing it out of obligation because you know, they set up the scene in the beginning too with Toby Jones, his character, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge's father, her in the film. Set up their connection and all this stuff. Who I love Toby Jones. I think he was great and was perfect for this role. And now Indy is confronted with this thing where he has to find the Dial of Destiny to absolve him of some issues, but also Phoebe Waller-Bridge is his goddaughter. And there's a lot of things going on, and I think it's all set up very well. I was fully engaged in this.
Yeah, I was fully engaged too. There was one point where I was like, God, how much fucking longer in this movie?
Oh, really? I didn't have that feeling at all.
But to be fair, it then ended 2 minutes later. So.
Oh, that's the thing too about these films. Like you could tell that there was, you know, Spielberg and George Lucas and stuff were behind it. And again, James Mangold is a great director, but you feel that structure. It still felt like you've seen the original Indiana Jones movies. Yeah. It felt like it fits into that. Obviously,
Yes,
it looks really great. There's updated things and some effects, but a lot of practical effects, more than I anticipated, and. I felt like this fit in tonally as well with the old films.
I agree. I think it did fit in tonally, and I also think it fit in totally. So
fucking rad, bro.
Steve did not appreciate me giving him little chin rubs while he was laying there. So he moved over to the other side of the desk for any of you, Chloe, who would like to know his whereabouts at all times. So, yeah, I thought the tone was great. I was afraid that it was going to be a little bit cheesy.
I was scared it was going to be cheesy too.
But I don't think it was.
I agree. And to your point as well, I hate when movies do the like all the Terminator movies, like all the new Terminator movies that, you know, Arnold has to say, "I'll be back. Come with me if you want to." They work him into every fucking movie, and we get it. We saw them. We know. Move on. And this doesn't do that. Even like this isn't a spoiler either, but there's a moment too. I was wondering because if like the snakes thing was going to come back up, and it kind of did, but in a new way that like is a twist on that made me laugh and was fresh and new. So it's like using those original things and like twisting them a little bit in a new and interesting way, but didn't draw too much attention to it and just kept moving. And I really appreciated the storytelling.
There was a scene too that made me, and Blake can attest to this, made me literally...
Dude, literally your reaction, because I was like, oh no. And then Dave was like, oh, and I was like, oh. And then I saw his reaction and more stuff happened on screen. And I was like, oh. End it.
Yeah, it was there's a lot of fears happening for me all at once.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
very. But it was fun. Like it felt like a fun adventure romp, and like there's fun like just like the OG, you know, Indiana Jones films. There's like a lot of those like original kind of interesting clues and like people who weren't who they said they were, like things like that like switched around. And I actually do have a question for you off stream.
Okay.
That something I was wondering that never got answered, but maybe it did. Maybe I missed it. I don't think I did. I just thought of something. We'll talk about this later because it's a spoiler. But I don't know. I just really appreciated it because it was really fun. Still plenty of like laughs and things like the original films. Lots of fun archaeology stuff and clues and globetrotting. They still use the old, those like fun like map graphics, you know, with like the red line.
Yeah.
They still like use those things too. And I don't know. It was great. It didn't feel like a nostalgia trip necessarily.
No, it did not. I'm very appreciative of that.
Yeah, you know how much I hate that shit.
It's annoying for sure.
It is.
But I do think that they handled any kind of nostalgia stuff very well. I also do like how they did the classic theme song, but like not. They would change it a little bit, like,
and not too much.
You know, just like a couple of notes. They would change, you know.
There was a number of times when we rewatched Raiders for the podcast where we all know the music. Dun, 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 dun. We know. We get it. In the original movie, that fucking theme comes on every 5 minutes there's a that theme or the variation on it. I think that I only remember it twice. Like distinctively featured twice.
I remember it a couple of times. But it was instead of da 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 da, they'd be like da 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 da. You know, like they would change the tone a little bit. So you're like, oh, we're
moving on. Yeah, no, I agree. Because it's still a John Williams score. It's not just his themes from the original. He actually scored this film as well.
Yeah.
The man, I hope he lives forever. He's so old. I was actually just at the John Anson Ford Theater, which is across from the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, okay.
I think I have tickets to one of the Star Wars films that's being live scored by John Williams.
Sure.
So he's going to be there.
Oh, that's cool, though.
He's like in his 90s. Boy is old. He's so old and he's still crushing it. So he's going to be there. I think this is one of his last few years. I think he's going to do it. Huh. So I want to see him live conduct to one of the Star Wars. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I want to see John Williams, live conduct a score. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Right? I'm very excited.
Better than what's his fucking face? The guy who did the Toy Story theme.
Randy Newman?
Yes. You got a friend in me. And it's just like the whole thing. The whole time you're like,
Don't talk shit about Randy Newman. Randy Newman's great. He is great. But no, I all that stuff was great. Like the score was great. I think the acting was great. I think the story was fun. Like there was a lot of pieces to it, which I will reference again when we get to Uncharted. But there's a lot of things going on in this film, and like when I saw the runtime, I was like 2.5 hours, bro. You got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed.
But I was engaged the entire time. I did not think it felt long to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I know you said you had your moment, but
it was at the end.
Yeah,
it was like, oh my god, when is this movie gonna end?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, right now. Like, oh, great,
thanks.
Great, thanks so much. I appreciate it. But I will say, well, do you want to move on to dislikes? Because I only have one really.
I have some things to talk about. Yeah, we can move on.
Okay. So this is the only like real dislike, and it's being nitpicky a little bit, but so basically, Raiders of the Lost Ark is about Indiana Jones trying to stop Nazis from getting their hands on this relic, to control the world and to be like the god tier powered people.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't in that movie, nothing would have changed, because the bad guys would have done exactly what they did.
We talked about this, yeah.
Yes. And Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny is about Indiana Jones trying to stop Nazis from getting an old relic.
I see where you're going with this.
Where if he's not in the movie, nothing changes.
I disagree. I don't think they would not have found it. There wouldn't be a movie. This is the same. Actually, no. Fuck you, Dave. This is the same exact point I had with Raiders. Is because yes, technically, if he would have done nothing, this wouldn't have happened. But also, this wouldn't have happened, or things would have happened anyway. But this wouldn't have happened literally at all.
Right, but that's the whole point. Is like he's trying to stop the Nazis, and you know how he stops the Nazis? By not doing anything.
But okay, but the difference being in Raiders, he made a choice to go after the Ark of the Covenant. Here, he did not have a choice, which I think was a great narrative move. Okay. He was forced into this situation to clear his name from other things. So he was forced into this. Yes, technically at the end, if he wasn't involved, they would not have found the other piece to the Dial of Destiny or been able to do anything they did. But at the same time, he was forced onto this adventure as an old man in his 70s with a fucking whip. He's forced into this. And so I think this is actually probably more of a narratively justified adventure than Raiders.
I mean, yeah,
in that respect.
That I can agree with for sure.
I didn't think about that at all, but I think it is justified in that way. The film forces him to go on. He doesn't choose this.
Yeah, for sure. Though, he could have just gone to the proper authorities.
Fuck off. He couldn't have gone to the proper authorities, actually, because there was high-level people involved.
Oh, yeah.
Also, the authorities... Is this a spoiler?
Yes, but... Take off your headphones.
I don't think so, though.
I do.
I don't think so.
The way they were acting about it.
Maybe. There's a chance, but I'm not fully convinced by that. Glad you guys got to experience that fun
I can't
one.
wait to clip that.
Welcome to First Prize Films, where Dave and I whisper shit to each other, and you just have to watch and guess what we're talking about.
Watch us discuss a movie that
Hopefully
is not
my
on
compressor isn't ramped up enough to where everybody could just hear exactly what we're saying.
That would be so fucking funny.
That would
Chloe,
be
well, you'll have to let us know if that's what happened.
Hilarious. So good. But yeah, no. So for me, one of the dislikes is it's the de-aging. At first,
Yes. Yeah, that is a bad one.
it isn't bad. I've seen a lot worse de-aging. But this entire scene happens in at the end of the war in 1944 or something. And so it's Indiana Jones de-aged, and he is, on his mission to get whatever they were after at the time. It doesn't matter. But they were on the mission. He's de-aged, and it starts out. I was like, oh, this looks pretty fucking good.
Same.
like wow, because there's a lot of complicated lighting going on in that scene too, and it looks good. And then we just keep looking at it, and I'm like,
And keep looking at it, and then they shine a flashlight on it.
yeah, yes. And I was like, oh, that doesn't look good. There's some Uncanny Valley ish to that. But you know what? I would have been more fine with it if he didn't sound like a 75-year-old man.
He sounds like a 75-year-old man. Why didn't they de-age his voice a little bit?
I don't know if that's the thing they can do.
They can, yeah.
Okay, well, they didn't do it because we get 35-year-old Indiana Jones talking like 70-year-old Indiana Jones.
It does make it. And there was one scene that I laughed at immediately. It was like, oh no.
I was nervous.
Oh no.
To be clear, they don't use this a lot. They use it in the first scene and then one kind of flashback scene where he's even a little older than that.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel like it pulled anything away necessarily, but this is the first scene that we get into, and I was like, oh boy.
There is one scene that I think you'll agree with me. It's a CGI scene, and it has him running. And he's running like a 70-year-old man.
Yes.
He's running like a 70-year-old man.
They mocapped actual Harrison Ford for sure.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do it? Don't
Just
do
get
that.
a stunt double. Get an actual 35-year-old stunt double.
Yeah. No, hell, get a mid-50s stunt double if you want to. That's fine. It would look better. Because we get it when we see him as a 70-plus-year-old man running around the streets he looks 70-plus years old, and that's fine. It makes sense. But when he's supposed to be in his mid-30s, and he's walking around like this, and his back clearly hurts.
Dude, it's so funny.
It's just ooh, it was a little funky. But so that was a thing. But also, a lot of my gripes, honestly, are all first act, those
same.
things.
Yep.
Because those things, that scene, does not look good. No. Once we get into some of the exterior shots, it's fucking dark, and there's a lot of action happening, and I'm like,
It's how they had to hide the bad CG.
Yeah, straight up, because there was some bad fucking CG in that. There's a train involved, and there's a clearly CGI human jumping from one like top of the train. I was like, it gave me Polar Express vibes.
Oh yes, very Polar Expressy.
Yeah,
Especially the one that I was talking about with him running.
Yes,
like from a distance.
Oh yeah, because it's like that distance shot, and he's like jumping on like the train cars, and I was like, ooh.
And he's doing it like a 70-year-old man.
But that's a fully animated shot of him, but like him jumping and stuff looks bad. It looks pretty bad.
Like that would have been better if they showed it only until it stopped, like started to not look good anymore, and then or take all of the amount where it looked good and spread it out through shots of over his shoulder and from behind. And
there's creative ways. We don't have to if specifically that shot where they finally shine the flashlight on him when we first see him. I was like, this looks good. Oh
yeah, it's like this looks pretty.
It doesn't look good anymore. But I think it's the voice mostly that pulled me out of it. But still, it's like, who am I to tell James Mangold how to direct his fucking movies?
A couple of turns of his head,
yes,
also looked real bad. And there was one scene where I was like, why does the back of his head look so small?
Yes. Oh my god. Yes. 100%.
It was like baseball full-size human head.
Yeah, it was weird. There's a couple weird things, but I don't think that that wasn't enough to break the movie, because that wasn't the full movie. That was maybe 10-15% of the movie. Yeah, so that worked for me. And honestly, the de-aging when he was a little closer to his actual age, I think looked pretty good. And that flashback scene, it looked better.
It looked better, but I had already noticed it.
Fair enough. That's fair. That's a fair assumption. What other dislikes do you have?
I don't know why, but just that guy who's the villain, like he's the trigger-happy villain.
The main villain?
No.
Oh, okay.
His like minion.
Okay.
With the mustache.
Oh yeah, mustache guy.
Every time I see him now, I'm like annoyed by his fucking face.
Some people just have that annoying face.
He's got an annoying face.
Get a better face.
It's like, dude, you're always the bad guy, but you're always the bad guy that like nobody can relate to.
That's actually very fair. That's a very fair point. Yeah, like it feels like a cartoon villain. Yes. You know, no, I fully agree with you. Mads Mikkelsen's performance. Holy shit, I'm stroking. I think is fantastic. Is very good. I think he is like the perfect villain for this. He's such a good actor. He's good in everything he does. Even shitty movies, he's very good in. And he crushes this performance. He is very believable, very menacing. Mm-hmm. He's like that. This feels like mean to say, but he's like the perfect Nazi. Yes. For this, he's like the perfect Nazi. He is just very menacing. He feels like he fits into that canon. Of the other Indiana Jones films.
I agree. He definitely feels like the right kind of villain.
Yeah.
So I did appreciate his performance. It's just that other guy. And it's not that his performance is bad. It's just his fucking face.
I understand. I know what you mean, because there's some people who you can't. And it's no fault of their own. Maybe it's like the casting or whatever. But like they just look evil. Like you can't believe them you can't believe them having like redeemable qualities.
No.
And maybe that's a failure of judgment on my part or Dave's part. But like I know exactly what you mean.
Also, a thing I didn't like is the goddaughter.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yes, her performance is great. I thought she was great. What I did not like is the character arc, because it felt very like it didn't feel like there was real motivation behind her character to start the way that it did.
I understand that. I felt it because I felt like she didn't see any good things that came from her father's noble quests. So it made sense for me. She was kind of like almost abandoned, and so she's got to look out for herself, and so she takes the path less traveled. I'd say it made sense for me. I understand what you mean, though.
It just
wasn't. They
felt-
could have dived into it a little more.
Not even that. It just felt like an overcorrection.
Did it?
It felt like an overcorrection.
Okay.
Because, her father had noble quests, and she didn't see the good that came out of it. But, like, she kind of did, and also, what that doesn't mean to me. That's not enough motivation to be the way she was in the beginning. It feels too. She felt too sinister.
I understand that. I think that's a fair point. I think that is a fair point. I didn't feel that personally when I was watching it. But I understand that. I understand that because it's very much. It gave us more of an arc. It gave us more of a trajectory because these movies aren't about subtlety necessarily. But this was more of a defined arc, so I get why they did it. But I get your point. It was it feels a little extreme. I didn't notice it myself.
It felt a little extreme, and I think, to be fair, her character arc is a good one, and the arc is a natural arc. Yeah. However, I don't believe the start of it. That's my point. That's the point I want to make.
Okay, yeah, I understand that.
And that guy wanted to interrupt it with, was that Careless Whisper?
Who's gonna drive her home tonight? That guy fucks.
Hard.
So I don't know. It might be gentle based on that song.
Well, yeah, he's gonna
Might
make
be
sweet, sweet love to you.
Very tender. Call me. So it's fine. Steve won't let that happen. He looks out for me.
Yeah.
But for me, if we're talking about recommends, this is a recommend for me.
Yeah.
I don't think that this isn't as offensive as a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That was an offensive movie. There's some potentially shark jumpy things, but I was bought into the world by the time we get there. That I was fine with it, and it made sense. And they address some of those weirdness issues. They talk about it, and I think that really solidified what we saw. It didn't bother me at all. This is definitely a recommend for me. If you like adventure films, I think this is a great place to go, especially if you like the Indiana Jones series. It works for me, and I think this is a good piece of canon.
Yes, I think it is a great conclusion to the Indiana Jones universe.
Yeah.
And could not think of the word there. So yes, it is a recommend for me too. I don't understand why it's bombing at the box office. Maybe because it's so long. I don't know. Maybe because it's so long and the first thing people see is the de-aging.
And maybe people don't give a fuck about Indiana Jones anymore.
Probably not.
The first film came out over 40 years ago.
Jesus. Yeah, okay.
Even
That's fair.
the last of the trilogy, The Last Crusade, came out in 1989. And then we had Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which wasn't a nice prepper for this. That did terrible and is reviled. And then we have this, another 10, 12, 15 years later. That's who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I can see that. I think it's kind of similar to why The Flash is doing so bad too. Because like I said, Chloe went and saw it, and she said it was pretty good. She didn't have any major issues with it, but that's also a little bit different because Ezra Miller is a piece of shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of off-screen, behind-the-scenes stuff going on with that. This, I just think it's a property. It's when they reboot something where it's hey, we haven't got a new whatever in forever, so let's just do that. And it's okay, but did anybody ask for this? Does anybody care? Nope. People love
Always
Indiana
no.
Jones, and I do too. And I was excited to see this, and I think it is a great film. I don't think it is better than any of the original three necessarily, but I think it still can hold its own, and I still had a good time with it.
Yep.
But I just don't think people give a fuck.
I don't think so.
And
either.
I don't blame them either, to be clear.
Yeah,
I don't.
I think it's people are saying there's going to be superhero fatigue. I don't think that's true. Honestly,
I agree with you.
I think the superhero stuff is going to keep on trucking.
Yeah.
However, I think people have fatigue of universes.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, for sure, because you have to do so much fucking homework. You have to know so many things. All these things interconnected. We talked about this last stream where it's like, dude, I have to take on all this IP before I can even begin to fathom getting into the Marvel universe.
it would literally take you years.
You have to go back 15 plus fucking years
15 years, yeah.
to watch all these movies and read all these things and how they connect and do all this stuff. It's like, who has the fucking time, bro?
I'm curious.
Yeah.
What the MCU total runtime is
Of all of them?
of all of them. 68 hours and 20 minutes.
Jesus
That's how long it would take you
Christ.
to watch every Marvel movie that's currently out
68 hours
straight.
and 20 minutes. That is a lot of
With
time.
with an average hang on.
That's like 4 days straight? I don't know. I don't know what time is.
How many MCU movies are there? Actually, there's 32 films. Yeah. So even if you just watched one a day,
Yeah.
it would take you over a month to be caught up.
And here's the thing too. That's another plus I think for Indiana Jones stuff is you could just watch this movie.
Yeah, you absolutely could.
Well, I think you could. I know some of the lore and all those things, but oh no, Jesus Christ, movie marathon for masochists. Not me.
Just
I
wait,
love
listen.
movies.
Once we have a Patreon, I'm gonna make Blake watch all 68 movies. 68 hours. By that point, it'll probably be 68 movies because there's another 11 currently in production or pre-pro that they're planned.
Oh no!
And here's
that
the thing:
sounds terrible.
all of this in the MCU, that's not including the X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Or the TV shows.
Well, I just mean they haven't made any movies for those yet.
Oh God! Oh, I see what you mean.
Yes, because the ones that have been out are not in the MCU. But
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, exactly. Get my diapers and energy drinks.
Well, it's
going.
that's the thing is they're kind of forcing your hand on. You have to watch the movies now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the TV series now to keep up with the movies. Because there was one.
That's not sustainable.
Apparently it is.
It can't be for long.
They're continuing to keep doing it.
Bro,
so.
how do fucking kids who are just like 9-year-old kids they see this movie oh that's cool no son no relax, we're gonna take you out of school for a week so we can watch all the movies and TV shows just so you know how this one movie goes that you want to see because you're fucking 9 years old. Yeah. That's insanity.
But what I was going to say is I purposefully did not watch Marvel What If, which was an animated series, and Kamala Khan TV series from Marvel because I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about either of these.
I don't even know what those are.
But then we saw a preview for the Marvels.
Oh, yeah.
Coming out. It's essentially Captain Marvel 2. And Kamala Khan is in it. I'm like, fuck, now I have to watch that whole series just to understand what her character is? Son of a bitch.
You made this bed, Dave.
God. And that's the thing is, part of me thinks, maybe I'll just give up on the MCU. But eventually they're going to get some good X-Men movies and some good Fantastic Four movies, and I'm going to want to watch those, and I'm not going to be able to if I don't know what the fuck is happening.
And then in 6 years, once we get through all those, they're going to reboot the whole thing.
The thing is,
from zero.
Those are not going to happen in 6 years.
Oh, no. Dave, we're going to be in our 60s, and they're going to be on phase 7 or 8 of Marvel. So when you want to get into the MCU, you got to watch 378 films, 19 weeks of television. Mm-hmm. This is gonna be great. No, we're all benefiting. Yeah. Pay your fucking writers. Just saying.
So Uncharted.
So let's talk about, speaking of paying your fucking writers, let's talk about Uncharted from 2022, starring
guess.
Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg and Antonio Banderas.
Yes, Antonio Banderas.
And other people. Antonio Banderas was also in Indiana Jones.
Yes, he was.
And he was much better in
great.
that.
So great.
But we're talking about Uncharted.
Yes, with Tom, my namesake, Mark, always confused, and Antonio, bad guy.
Mark, I just walked onto the set. Wahlberg.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
One take wasteland Wahlberg.
Fucking shit, man.
So I don't feel good about this. We're gonna watch the trailer for Uncharted 2022. Not to bury the lead here, but it's a movie.
Is it?
I'm told. All right.
Fair enough.
Let's get on with it.
Okay. See? Mark confused.
Oh, is this a treat preach? Yeah, the trailer.
There are
Fuck
places
off.
out there you can't find on any map.
Oh, I love how they had one of the fucking
They're not
ending
gone.
scenes in the very first part of the trailer. That's
just
so
lost.
fucking funny.
Got nothing else going on. Put some classic rock in there. Boomers will go see
Yeah,
it.
they're gonna love it.
Everything in here. Why the map?
This is the path that Ferdinand Magellan took to sail around the world.
You know your history.
It's the biggest treasure that's never been found.
5 billion, easy.
Yo, fuck this trailer. I've never seen this.
We're just gonna listen to this one a little bit.
Oh my god. This is.
Go. You find him too.
Fuck off. Fuck this trailer, bro.
How's this? I'm a friend of Sully's.
Oh
Sully
my
doesn't have any
God.
friends. I should know I'm one of them.
Can we spoil this movie? Does anybody give a shit?
You are a glitch.
Well, I
Isn't this a video game
And
series?
now,
It is.
my family has been looking for this project
that's
for a very long time. So much blood.
And that's the thing. I love Tom Holland.
Me too.
Don't touch your ear like that. You look like an idiot.
He's a charming boy.
you partnered with.
He's probably my age.
No,
I've been
he's
dreaming about this stuff
22 or
since I was a
23.
kid.
Oh, thank
My brother
God. He's
Sam
10
left
years
one final clue.
plus younger than me.
Actually, one of the pieces of movie news that I skipped over was apparently he got candid about his alcohol addiction.
I did see that, yeah. Good for him.
No, he's proud of his sobriety.
Yeah, to get sober. And I'm not proud of it for having alcoholism, to be clear.
It's true.
Oh, God. This trailer. Oh, that was brutal.
Well,
I shouldn't have come out to play with the big boys, Ian, because you're about to get a proper Scottish welcome.
What?
I did like that song.
Oh, crap!
Exclusively in movie theaters.
Unfortunately. Uncharted, Dave. What's
Yeah.
what is the story of Uncharted, based on the video game, starring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg?
so basically, Mark Wahlberg's character, Sully, I believe, Sullivan, whatever, I don't care.
This isn't Monsters Inc. It's just Sully.
He found this like clues to this treasure, and he just can't get there. So he's gonna find Tom Holland's character. I forget, don't care. Oh, Nate Drake. Nate Drake. He's gonna find him, and Nate Drake will help him get to this treasure.
Probably.
And sure, because he's smart.
He's a guy.
He's a guy with an apartment.
He read a history book one time.
He's good at history. Anyway, they go searching for this buried or like hidden treasure of like billions of dollars.
It's Ferdinand Magellan, the first guy to traverse the globe. he died. But the first crew to traverse
Yes.
the entire world, there's apparently billions of dollars worth of gold.
Yes.
And they're gonna find it. Damn it.
They are gonna find it, and they not only does Sully need Nate Drake's help, he also needs Chloe's help.
Other people's help.
Other people's help, not our Chloe.
Not our Chloe. Although you're helpful.
You're very helpful, just
Yeah.
not in this movie.
No.
No. Anyway, so they need more help, and they go. They've basically this big old goose chase. Not a wild goose chase, by the way, because it ends with the actual stuff. They find the stuff, so it's a goose chase, just not a wild one.
Wish there were more geese.
Yes, Blake does like his geese.
I like geese.
So anyway, there's also Antonio Bad Guy. His character is like the rightful heir to this treasure, apparently, according to him. Who knows?
So I don't care. I don't care about any of this. There's lots of things going on. My first impression of this movie, Dave,
Yes.
It's like Indiana Jones, but for fucking idiots. And people who cannot follow a plot
Right.
at all. It is, hey, stupid, this is an adventure film. Follow along.
Aren't you having fun?
It's offensive. This movie thinks everybody's stupid.
Yes, it does.
And doesn't think anybody can follow along with any complex ideas at all. That's my impression. That's my first impression of this movie. I have seconds and thirds, but what
Okay.
was yours?
You're not gonna like it.
I've never seen this movie before, to be very clear.
That's fine.
Have you?
No.
Okay, what was your first
I
impression?
wanted to because I like Tom Holland.
I didn't, nor do I
My
care.
first impression. It was fun.
Fuck off.
It was fun.
No.
It wasn't a smart movie.
wrong.
It wasn't an interesting. It was interesting. It wasn't a smart movie. It wasn't a complex movie. It didn't have a great plot, but it was still fun.
Wrong. So here's the thing. I understand. I like plenty of dumb movies that are just entertaining. But this movie was not entertaining. I felt myself. I was like, I'm gonna have to start a fucking Dave-O-meter over here. I was like, this is boring. Do something that I care about.
Oh.
Do anything. This movie's so fucking boring. This
I thought
movie
it was fun.
This
I
movie
thought it
frustrates the shit out of me. That's not to say there's things I don't like about it, but I think this movie was not fun and made me feel like I should be wearing a helmet at all times.
You should.
I might actually need to wear a helmet.
It's true. I will say, to be fair, I did watch this first thing when I got up today. I was literally just half awake.
Prime dumb
eating
hours.
breakfast, yes. I didn't get to sleep well because they're redoing the roof on my apartment. So it could have been that.
Okay.
But also, I do love Tom Holland. So
Listen, Tom Holland's fine. It doesn't make the movie better. I have notes. Oh my God.
I will just say that, again, my first impression is... actually, my very, very first impression was, oh, we're just into it. We're just starting. Okay, great.
Kind of.
Super.
Yeah. But not in an exciting way, in my opinion. It just happens.
It did have a very clunky start.
Yes, everything
But
about this movie is clunky to me.
Overall, I still enjoyed it enough. Like, it's just like just sit on the couch and just have it on. Like, okay, great.
That's fine for you. That's fine. But getting into likes, there's obviously things you liked about this movie. Mm-hmm. Why?
I liked Tom Holland's performance. I thought he was good.
Okay.
I also liked that they had him doing parkour because he is like an actual that's part of why he got the Spider-Man gig.
Parkour.
I thought some of his lines were really funny. Some of his interactions were really funny, including the one in the trailer where he's like, "What?" Granted, they literally spoon-fed that joke.
Well, it's okay. So I think he did his best.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he did his best. I don't think he turned in an incredible performance.
No.
By any stretch. A noteworthy performance, not at all, in my opinion. It's not fully his fault, and we'll get into that in a bit. But I got a few chuckles out of him because he is a charming actor. You
Yes.
can't not help but get on his side.
It's like
stuff.
he's the opposite of that dude I dislike in Indiana Jones.
Yes, like yeah, he could be stomping on like kicking dogs and stuff, and be like, no, that's Tom Holland.
Oh, but it's okay.
And I get that. It's fine. He probably has a reason. It's like I understand that. He is a very charming actor, and he really did the best he could with this material. He really did. And I could see him trying. I really could.
Yeah, he was trying
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg was not.
Mark Wahlberg was barely awake.
That's true. It's very true.
Sure.
I also liked that car. I like that Mercedes. That was nice.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
You're really coming up short with your likes here for something you apparently
I said
liked.
it was fun. I didn't say I liked a lot of it. I just said it was fun.
Okay, I do have to say this. There was a cat mentioned
Once.
and once at the end, and I was like, Steve
We
was
see
like,
the cat.
Steve gave me 2 meows for that.
It's true.
But I like truthfully, I think the concept of this is fun. I think the concept of like Ferdinand Magellan's like missing treasure or whatever, that's fun. I'm a big history nerd. I love this stuff, and I'm very into like adventure films and stuff. Like especially when I was a kid, it's just like, all the mechanisms in my brain are just turning. There's so much fun and mystery, and like I think the idea of what they're going for was really fun
Yes.
and really cool, executed in the dumbest way possible. Dumbest.
That's fine. Dumb is fun sometimes.
But it's not fun. But it's not fun because when you see the potential of an idea and they just do the laziest shit they possibly could to get you there, it feels offensive because you feel like there should be more. You feel like there's more to dig into, even as I'm no historian, I'm no archaeologist or anything, but like I feel like out of Indiana Jones, I got to dig into like some of the history of these things.
Okay.
Whereas this is just kind of like, hey, you guys remember Magellan? You guys went to the 4th grade. You remember that shit? Well, there's
Yeah.
like some treasure on his ships that are somewhere.
Sure.
We'll find it. I don't know.
Why not? I don't know. I just thought overall it was fun. There was a lot of shit to talk about it for sure, but I still think overall it was fun, and I can't really point out too many specific likes, but
I can tell.
yes.
Yes. Can we talk about the shit I hate about this movie?
Let's do it.
I have, to be very clear, lots of people hated this movie with regards to like it being a video game adaptation.
Yes.
And stuff. I've never played the video game. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's about. Do you have any?
I have zero experience on it.
Okay, you play more video games than I do. I play none. So I don't know. So I have no reference to that. I'm just talking about this as a movie. This is the most generic fucking action movie I could possibly imagine. Every clue, everything that happens, it's like the dumbest possible version.
Yeah.
And it's all set up very obviously. There's no fucking mystery in this. There's no fun reveals. Everything just happens exactly how we think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like exactly how we think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's no surprises in this movie. They show so much of the ending in this trailer. That's why I was
true.
so upset. I was like, fuck off.
Literally, like the entire ending's
They show the entire like 3rd act in the trailer. Very obvious clues. Like I said, everything is just like, oh, I've been holding on to this thing for my brother forever, and it just feels really close to my heart. But there's no reason to bring this up or ever. Nope. But of course, it comes back in the 3rd act. It's the big clue. We know. We've all seen these movies. The dialogue. So Tom Holland tries his best. The fucking writing in this movie is atrocious.
It's bad, yeah.
The dialogue is so bad. It's so cringy. It's so just like dumb people. This is why I think this movie thinks you're dumb, because this movie spoon feeds you every bit of information in the most brute force, like ham-fisted way possible. And on top of that, when they try to make characters charming, they make them dicks, but saying shit that like your drunk frat boy college friend did, when he had like 14 Bush Lights. It's just like, so Tom Holland's character starts out as a bartender, but he's like a trickster bartender, you know? He steals from rich people, kind of. But he comes out, he's like, hey, what do you have? He's like starting his shift. He's like, what do you have? And what does she ask for?
Gin and tonic.
Gin and tonic. He's like, oh, come on, I'm just starting my shift. Give me something challenging. And she's like, can I get a Negroni? And he like makes a joke. He goes, well, actually, the Negroni was like invented here and here. I was like, stop this. Stop this now. If any fucking bartender literally came, if a bartender came to me, I'm not a pretty lady, but if a bartender came to me, he's like, oh man, you ordered what you wanted? Give me something challenging. I'd be like, bitch, this isn't about you.
Right.
Do you want to get tipped? Give me my fucking drink. It's not cute. It's only a little bit cute because it's Tom Holland, but it is not cute. It's fucking annoying.
As a former bartender, I can say this.
Yes.
I would say a good majority of bartenders, I can't say all of them, but a good majority of bartenders will hear gin and tonic and be like, fucking thank you.
Yeah, right? That job sucks.
There you go.
Yeah, here you go. Give me the easiest drink possible because my life is miserable and I'm just trying to get out of here as soon as possible. It's just like, I don't know. There's a lot of really dumb and contrived things that go on with not only the plot, but even like within like the dialogue and stuff. Mark Wahlberg's character is just just like such a nothing character. Yeah. He's just kind of, he's no real characterization.
No.
He's just guy who wants thing will betray people.
Yep.
That's his character.
That's his whole character.
We know.
And half the time he's not even doing anything.
No, you're fucking right. He's just standing
there.
by.
Yeah.
Viewing, we get a couple of like camera perspectives of him going, what are you guys doing? Hey, what's going on now?
Quite literally, there was a whole scene for 5 minutes or more where literally you hear this. What's going on?
Yes!
Hey, somebody tell me something. What's happening?
You guys are... What now? How about now? And it's like, dude...
Somebody say something.
Somebody write something for him to fucking say or do. How about that?
Yeah. Why is he there? Who cares?
So there's a lot of... Another dislike from me is... if we're talking about characters and stuff, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, say what you want about the things or if it jumps the shark or whatever, those characters you can get involved with because, like I said, they have chemistry. They feel very natural. They feel very organic to the story. Everybody has bad chemistry in this movie.
Yes,
None
literally
of this
everybody.
works.
They do this like, will they, won't they, like, you know, about Nate and Chloe.
Kind of.
Kind of. And then
They
not.
have no chemistry at all.
No, they're supposed to start having chemistry at some point. But they don't.
Never
and
happens.
It literally feels like from the moment they meet, there should have been chemistry that they don't want to have, but they don't do that.
No, and even with Mark Wahlberg's character and Tom Holland's character, like they should have some sort of chemistry to like go on this like wild adventure together, you know, and it's kind of a standoffish thing, but like we should have that moment where like they become friends, but then there's that like, oh, maybe we aren't friends, like, but you should feel that, and I feel like again, Mark Wahlberg just woke up 5 minutes before he started shooting and just read the shit that was on the script.
That's exactly what it was.
There is no fucking characterization to this. And Tom Holland tries. I see him trying. It didn't fucking work for me.
I mean, I still thought, like I said, I agree with all of your points. I still thought it was fun. I was not upset having to watch it.
That's fine for you.
I will say, spoiler because I don't care because this movie is not great.
Yeah.
They find Magellan's ships. 500,
it's in the trailer.
500-year-old ships. They find them.
Still floating.
No, they're not. They're on sand. They're on a sandbar.
Oh.
They're on a sandbar.
I don't care.
But they're still fully intact.
Yeah.
Still, the wood is still sturdy enough for you to step on them.
Totally.
And then they lift them out of the fucking hole they're in, and they're flying them through the air. And the whole time I'm like,
helicopters.
No. There's no... Listen, they're literally 500-year-old ships that have just been rotting for 500 years. Literally, they would not be, like, in shape anymore.
Oh.
And the second you try and lift them, it'd be worse than the time they tried to lift the Titanic.
And I fully agree with you. It is another thing, too, where, like, the Indiana Jones films have like this this sense of like morality of like hey, like I'm Indiana Jones, like I'm going through all these crazy adventures to like save these things so people can learn about the past, and they go he gets paid for stuff, of course.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm saving these artifacts. They belong in a museum, you know? Whereas this is not that. This is fuck you. We're gonna destroy world history that everybody learns about in the entire world. We're gonna destroy this because there's some gold, and we're gonna fly some ships through the air where they pinball off each other and stuff, and then they fucking sink. And we say, still saved a couple gold bars. We're getting margaritas tonight. Like, this film doesn't even have a sense of morality.
No.
So it's
Like,
like,
the
again,
only like semblance of morality is that Nate's like, I wanted to do this with my brother. I wanted to have this adventure with my brother, and instead I have to do it with you.
they have no they don't care about actual history.
No.
They're just con men, but not in a way that is like you can get on board, where they have to like dig themselves out of something and they find a passion for like history in the way. They're just like, nope, we just want to get rich and we don't care. We're gonna go on some crazy adventures. Another thing I hate, I know we're like running out on time, but like, I don't care. I'm going to keep talking about this because this
I'll cut you
CG
off, don't worry.
is so fucking bad.
Yes, it is really bad.
It's really bad. It's really bad. The opening scene, same with Indiana Jones. There's some crossover here. The CG is fucking bad in both of these opening scenes.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was. I was also cooking eggs while I was watching it, so I didn't fully see the badness until I sat down. By that point, you know.
It's the first shot of this movie, I was like, oh, that's bad. That's a bad green screen shot. And then it just gets worse.
I did see that shot. A lot of stuff that I like didn't get to like see with my eyes. I was only listening to was the like flashbacks.
All of it was bad. I mean, like whatever the flashback stuff. Also, it just sets up his brother, who we never fucking see again. I don't care. I don't care. I dislike this movie, and I don't care. It's one of those things where I'm just like, I tried. I really tried with this movie. I wanted to. I like these kinds of movies.
Yeah.
I really, really do. And this is just like, it feels so bad and lazy. It's not even pandering. It's because pandering gives the impression that people know what they're doing and they're doing it on purpose. This feels lazy. This feels like nobody had any fucking idea what they were doing in terms of writing a story.
Probably.
No idea.
But that's fine.
No, it's not.
Because, like I said, as long as you watch this first thing in the morning and you have brain fog
and you're cooking eggs and then eating said eggs throughout this movie,
then it's fine. It's fun.
Okay. I mean, we're all entitled to our opinions. I dislike this movie a lot.
Listen, I know that I'm in the minority here because Chloe One hated it too. She even apologized for us having to watch it.
Bro, it's bad.
I didn't mind it. I didn't care.
That's fine. Whatever. If you got something out of this movie, that's fine.
Okay, to be fair, I didn't get anything out of it. I just didn't hate watching it.
I hated it. I hated watching this. I dislike this more than I probably should, but just because I do love this kind of film. Yep. And like there's plenty of them that are very bad, but like this is an egregious example, in my opinion, of the stupidity and the brainlessness that could go into something fun and clever. That should be fun and clever and engaging.
Was this better or worse than Tomb Raider?
You know, so I'm glad you brought up Tomb Raider. This is worse than Tomb Raider.
No, it's not.
In my opinion, this is way less entertaining than Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider was so much... We're talking about the early 2000s Tomb Raider. Yeah. But, like, legitimately...
Challenge accepted.
I got way more entertainment out of 2002 or whatever it was is Angelina Jolie's
Tomb
Raider than I did out of this. I would absolutely watch that movie again. Not this. The reason I'm glad you brought that up is because Dial of Destiny is like the a smart person, like Indiana Jones version of that Tomb Raider movie.
Yes, it is. I can see that 100%.
It is very similar plot-wise, idea-wise, not necessarily plot-wise, but pretty similar.
Yeah, I agree. But, I just thought that the ridiculousness in Tomb Raider was just too much.
But the ridiculousness in that was fun because everybody in that movie was having fun and there was clever lines and stuff like that. I wouldn't say it's a fantastic film, but it was a genuinely fun and entertaining film to watch because it was so bonkers and so batshit. And like, there's really great action in that movie and lots of fun, goofy stuff. This didn't have any of that. I think the action was fucking lame. I think the story was even fucking lamer. If it was more outlandish, sure. It was just lazy to me. And that's why I refused to watch this again. And I would happily watch Tomb Raider again. I know. Fuck off. I know. Whatever. Dave's got a date with a sandwich somewhere.
I was thinking pizza.
Oh, I'll do pizza. Okay, we gotta eat. I can't. If I have diabetes and like,
I'm doing this for your health.
Yeah, it's a health thing. Okay, I gotta feed my cat pizza. Gotta take some insulin, and we're gonna do our thing. Thank you. You gotta shut me up, but fuck you, man. Tomb Raider is 100% better than Uncharted. Jesus,
I'm just
Christ.
saying.
We got to take a poll on this, and 3 people will probably vote for it. But I don't care. I'm going to be 2 of them. And I think Tomb Raider, early 2000s Tomb Raider, is way more fun and engaging than Uncharted ever will.
Engaging, yes,
and fun. It's way more fun. It's so much fun. We got Angelina Jolie. We got all these crazy characters. We have like robots. We have techno music. This movie has fucking Tom Holland and sleepy-eyed Mark Wahlberg. That's it, bro. There's no funness to it to be had, in my opinion. For
There's
me,
some fun.
I had no fun.
They're flying around 500-year-old shipwrecks.
By that point, I was like, end it. Please end it. This is really awful and embarrassing. I hated this movie. Is this okay, thank you. Somebody agrees with me.
I knew she was gonna. She talked about how much she hated it already.
I really wanted to like this movie. That's why I'm so mad. I wanted it to be good, and it wasn't. But the pivotal question here, Dave, is this a recommend for you?
No.
Okay, me either. Fuck this movie.
Like, don't bother. But it like, honestly,
don't waste your time.
Don't waste your time. But it to me, it was unremarkable, but still fun. It just wasn't like a terrible movie.
I would rather scrub my bathroom. I'd rather scrub the toilets in my bathroom. I'm a single man and I'm disgusting. I would rather scrub my bathroom and my toilets and stuff than watch Uncharted again. I mean that.
I'm not going to watch it again.
I'm just saying, if there's a choice, I take chores. I take chores.
Anyway, thanks guys for tuning in.
No, don't think nothing. Don't do anything.
I
don't thank you at all.
180 of you guys in here. Oh, 200.
200. We hit 200, yeah.
200 viewers right now.
All right.
The most important of which is Chloe 1. Thank you.
Yeah. Big shout out to the homie. Always.
And Steve's somewhere around here. He's going to say his goodbyes through us. And yes. So, Blake, why don't you tell the people what we got going on here?
We have another podcast episode coming up soon. Coming out this week, we're talking a couple movies. It's my birthday episode.
It's his birthday episode.
We're talking Nicolas Cage action movies from the 90s. It's very specific.
It's a very tiny genre.
We're talking about... We're talking about Face Off, which was from 1997, versus The Rock, which is
not the WWE wrestler.
No, it is a Michael Bay movie from 1996, starring Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage, and everybody. There's so many people in that movie.
So many people.
It's a stacked cast. It's great. It's gonna be fun. We have a fun time. So be on the lookout for that. We're also on social media, Dave.
Yes, we are. It's First Press Pod on all platforms. We are on Twitter. Not Threads yet, but
we're coming
to
to Threads and Blue Sky.
Yes,
very soon.
No idea, but we're on TikTok and apparently Facebook, Instagram.
Check us out on Periscope.
But you can also go binge listen to all of our previous episodes on our podcast proper.
Yeah, you can check that out on Friendster, Zanga, LiveJournal, You can also get it on all your favorite podcasting platforms.
Yes, not Stitcher though.
Not Stitcher because that's going away.
Yeah.
Rest in pizza. You can check that out.
Pizza.
Yeah, check it out. Whatever. And if you like it, give us a follow on those things. You can follow us here on the Twitch machine.
On the Twitch machine.
You can give us a sub if you like. If you have Amazon, it is free to sub to us.
Yeah.
As well. Oh yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, fuck you. First off. But second off, you can also sub to us. That's also free. Whatever.
Yes.
We're
Sub
doing
us on
stuff.
YouTube. We're doing stuff. We're here.
All the stuff. Sometimes you might see my cat.
Yeah, there's cats. Tell your friends.
A cat. There's just one.
Shh.
Dave's gonna get a cat.
No. What? Oh my God, Chloe. No, he's not serious.
Dave's getting a cat.
No, I'm not. Oh my God.
100%
End
getting a
it.
cat. He's
Oh my
definitely getting a
God.
cat.
This is not happening.
Unequivocally
What?
getting a cat.
No. I'm not getting a cat. Chloe, I'm not getting a cat.
Get a cat.
Please, I'm not. Shut up. I'm not getting a cat. Please.
cat, they're
I'm not
cute.
getting. Oh my God! And no, I can't do. I'm not getting a cat. I'm not getting a
telling
cat.
you,
I'm
literally,
not getting a cat.
Get a cat.
I'm not getting a cat.
It's fucking
I'm not
awesome.
getting a cat.
They sleep on your
I'm not getting a
face,
cat.
bro.
I'm
They
not
sleep
getting a
on your
cat. I
fucking
can't. I'm not doing
face.